Hi, I'm Marley. Today we're going to be looking at a book called BAM! Kids Computer Capers, Investigations for Beginners. And that's an old computer right there. It's by Sandra Markle and illustrated by Stella Omai, a Lothrop computer book. If it looks like an old book about computers for kids, then it is an old book about computers for kids. On the back, it does give the cover and illustration date of 1983 by Dennis Orloff. This is the beginning of a game program that you'll be able to write and finish after reading Kids Computer Capers. There are already a sound effect, a delay, and a secret riddle tucked into this program. Can you find them? The main attraction of Kids Computer Capers is this little thing called Escape. It's this little side story in this book while you're reading information about computers in 1983. You get to play what this book kind of calls a fictional computer game, as it says right here. There's a lot of nice illustrations. Escape isn't a real computer game, but it could be. The action is the same. You are involved, and the choice is yours. It's a little kind of a choose your own adventure kind of thing. Go to page 88, and you win this game. I'll show you proof. Page 88. Yep, here we are. Tunnel for us. You're walking around the tunnel. You found some gold. Good job. So that's a little side story in Kids Computer Capers. Of course, the main purpose of Kids Computer Capers is to inform kids about how computers have been changing the lives of people in 1983. It is an old book, but it's a very nice little book. I got this book about 10 years ago from a teacher who knows my interest in computers. And as I said, I did notice even at the time it was very much dated, but I only added a charm as it kind of showed how much computers have come a long way since 1983, and how this book kind of depicts computers and how computers are changing people's lives become very evident. As you're about to see, I'll be looking over this book and I'll give my thoughts on this book, my full thoughts on this book by the end of this video. So I'm on the history chapter of Kids Computer Capers. Here's some words over here. In the early years, BC, before computers, that's very, very funny. So it does give information about numbers, which are pretty much the precursors to computers pretty much. They give information about Egyptian hieroglyphics, and here's some hieroglyphics of numbers. What mini mystery? What number is this? See page 16. It's that big number. Wow. And there's also stuff about this little kind of addition and subtraction thing that the Romans used because Roman numerals were kind of hard to work with, as they say. The history section of this little book is very comprehensive, I got to say. Probably more comprehensive, as a matter of fact, than I think most kids could handle. But oh yeah, they actually have stuff about when the 1886 U.S. Census recorded. Apparently it took them many years to tally the results, and for the 1890 census, they used a proto kind of computer where it kind of automatically tallied the results. Because apparently this population in the U.S. was very large at the time, and 62 million people. That was going to be apparently it's going to take a long time if they didn't use this kind of machine. Here's the father of the computer named Charles Babbage. His machine failed, but his idea succeeded. That's great, because if we did have computers today, maybe we can go back and kill this person so we never have computers. Here's a chapter about computers at work. Secret computers. There are 12 computers inside machines in this picture. Make the list of where you think where you think the computers are hiding. Check yourself on page 40. So here's all the little machines that are probably computers in disguise. Let's see page 40. So secret computer in. So there are special purpose computers inside. The camera, the refrigerator, the microwave oven, blah 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 blah. So everything is a computer now, according to this, and even cars are. Blast Gobble, oh yeah, there's a little stuff about video games here. Blast Pop Gobble. Do you love the yellow spot with the big mouth? Do you get a thrill out of watching the spot gobble up dots, apples, cherries, and strawberries? Do you giggle with delight when the ghosts turn blue, pale blue? Then you've got it. You've got Pac-Man fever.
No, get that stupid song in my head. Okay, you've asked for it.
That is so 1983, mentioning Pac-Man fever. So this is actually, I don't think this little section about video games was all that necessary, but it's kind of interesting to see how people thought of video games back in 1983. Who knows, one day computer games might become an Olympic event. Maybe you'll be the first to win a gold medal in this electronic competition. Technically, because we all have esports nowadays. It's not quite an Olympic event quite yet, but not too bad, Markle. see what else they says about video games. Something about Nolan Bushnell. He invented Pong, but people stopped caring about Kong, and then there was a little dark age between 1972 and 1978 where absolutely no one cared about video games, and then people started caring about video games because they were space invaders. Let's see, and what will the future hold for video games? Probably more of games will talk. Yes! Light and sound action will increase. Yes! Players may even be able to sit inside video games to become involved in a three-dimensional fantasy world. Radical, you're a gamer! You're a gamer! Let's see what else was. Let's see, as I've said, this book does give a lot of information about how this book portrays computers taking over industries. It makes mention of an electronic watch over here. You can see the little electronic display up there, barcodes, and oh yeah, over here, computers take over the movies. What would Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi have been without a general-purpose computer? Dull, of course it would be, because also it does make mention of Tron, the movie that extensively used computer-generated imagery, which didn't receive much in the way of Academy Awards because the Academy thought Tron was cheating by using computer effects. Here's a little story over here if you're interested. It kind of reminds me of There Will Come Soft Rains, a little short story by Wade Bradbury about how machines will kind of do everything for you even after a nuclear blast. Of course, this kind of would assume that like actual robots would be cleaning your house and stuff, but nowadays we have like those smart home devices like Alexa and all that. Yeah, here's probably the most dated little thing. Funny enough, the more I actually read it, the more I realize it's kind of even more dated. Floppy disk are a lot like soft records. Of course, records are still a big thing. They're probably actually a much bigger thing now than they would have been about 40 years ago when this book was published. Of course, we don't use floppy disks anymore. Back then, floppy disk, you'd have to put them in so you can actually run software. Nowadays, we don't really even use floppy disk or any kind of physical media to install software. You just download stuff and then install the things, and then you run the things. It's not like you have to put a CD in and then so you can just run something. Disk will last a long time, but it needs special care. Not quite. It can get damaged with age. This book didn't really anticipate any of that. It makes mention of a 64K as if that was a very large kind of capacity for RAM. There's a lot of things about funny anecdotes about how computers have been used to do some nefarious things. This guy put none on his license plate and got charged $953. I don't know what that is in today's money, but there you go. I have not much else to add about this book. I didn't intend to be too comprehensive here. I just want to give you the basic idea of how this book kind of portrayed computers in 1983. My thoughts on it, it's dated, I have to say, but if you're interested in seeing how if you want to learn a bit about very old computers, then this book is for you. It's called Kids Computer Capers. It's Investigations for Beginners. It's a little nice book, and that's all I have to say about that. And that is it for this video, actually. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I am out.